Chances are you've seen ads for Shen Yun.
Shen Yun.
Shen Yun.
But what is it, and who's the group behind it? We've uncovered new financial records that show how the Australian outpost of Falun Gong is spending millions of dollars every year to host and advertise the show, and the tactics they use to get big-name politicians to support them. Shen Yun is advertised as a traditional Chinese cultural experience, but it's actually created by Falun Gong, a Chinese spiritual movement that formed in the early 1990s.
It was based on traditional meditation and breathing exercises called Qigong. But its founder, Li Hongshe, added a supernatural layer. It would prepare people to return home to heavenly kingdoms where they had once dwelled. It would even teach practitioners to levitate.
Its leader lives in a high-security compound in upstate New York. In this lecture series he gave as the movement began to grow, he explained what its purpose was.
There were also many things that were passed down only to a chosen disciple, and they could not be made widely known. In this universe, there exists a characteristic. What characteristic? It is a very complex thing, but it can be summarized in 3 words. They are 真, 善, 忍, or truth, benevolence, and forbearance. The myriad of things of the universe do not go beyond these 3 words. It is also the sole criterion by which to judge a person as good or bad.
And that's the heart of Shen Yun as well. Last year's performance began with a song called The Time of Salvation Begins, about the creator coming down to earth. But it goes from songs like that to a performance at the end of the show called Crimes at the End of Days, which talks about Falun Gong's persecution at the hands of the Chinese government. What's surprising about Shen Yun is how many big names in politics it's been able to attract. Politicians from state, federal, and local government have come to watch every year, and as they leave the opening night, they're asked to give an on-the-spot review about how they found it.
It's a fantastic performance, colourful, skillful, the acrobats, the whole presentation has been wonderful.
The idea that we are here in this physical world, but there is another world beyond that.
Art, culture, dance and performance can be food for the soul, and I think we're seeing some of that tonight.
Li has spoken about how all of this is a deliberate tactic. Get high-class and well-off people to attend performances, use their quotes in Falun Gong-aligned media, and get authenticity for the show. But all of this comes at a huge cost to local Falun Gong supporters. Local Falun Gong associations have to spend their own money on travel, accommodation, and advertising for Shen Yun performances. In Australia, those costs have added up to more than $2 million each year. To finance that, followers have given more than $2 million over 2 years in the form of interest-free, unsecured loans to the association. But the tide is changing. A New York Times investigation last year revealed allegations of abuse of performers and financial mismanagement, and the US government is now investigating.